Welcome, friends, to our twilit home. Taste the fruits of the boughs of Perianth, dance in the circles of our groves. All the joys of our home we bear before you. Take them and be merry. Welcome back, everybody, to the Coriander Society adventures. If you're just joining us, our heroes have stepped through a teleportation circle to another world.
Ooh.
When you emerge, when you step into the portal, it feels like you're being just flooded by water. You don't have the wet sensation, but you have that sensation of pressure, of touch all over your body, and this fresh, it's not an icy cold, it's like a brisk cold. It just activates all the nerves, all the nerve endings, just goosebumps, and weightlessness kicks in. And Asena, you find yourself in a familiar situation, except instead of being suspended before a column winding through the astral plane, you are floating and your friends are with you. And they're floating around you, their hair dangling as if they're in water, but one of those slow motion water shots. And they're just rapidly moving, the lot of you, passing almost in a bubble of gray wind that's shooting through the astral plane from one point to another. The talon around your neck glows with a faint silver light, not as bright as the last time you were here. Are you along for the ride, or is there anything you want to do?
Can I, just out of curiosity, try to break out of this one?
Yes, you can. Roll a flat intelligence check. Natural 20.
Wow, that would do it.
Are you trying to break the bubble or just pass through it?
Maybe go like halfway in, halfway out.
Okay.
You were holding hands. Are you going to let go of the hand you were holding?
You were holding hands when you entered.
I don't think I have to let go. Maybe I can just like sort of like try to lean out of it.
Okay. John.
While still holding hands.
Roll an Arcana check. With disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm tracking it. I'm tracking it. A natural 1.
Oh,
no.
It's Christmas has come early. All right. Hold on. I gotta grab a different book.
Look, here's the thing. I've already warned Asena what happens if she messes with this stuff when they're in transit, and I have. And if something happens to you after all these times we've done this, and every time you've messed with it, that's not on me. So I'm not worried about that.
Asena, you effortlessly pull yourself through the skin of the bubble of wind, and the wind unravels immediately.
You mean water?
The water surrounds you, but it's surrounded by a shell of astral wind, like a portal conduit.
The astral winds. Yeah. Okay.
John, the spell snaps.
Oh no.
Okay.
Shit.
Gastone, you suddenly find yourself, the water flows away from your body. You are completely weightless. You are drifting all four of you are drifting in an endless silver sea. Soft gray clouds move slowly in the distance, with strange dark streaks twisting violently through the sky, anchored in ends so distant you can't perceive them. Their middle parts revolving angrily like pieces of string rolled between a child's fingertips. There's nothing beneath your feet but more of the strange pearly sky.
We're all still holding hands, mate.
You are still holding hands. You gasp. Your lungs fill with something sweeter and perhaps a little more solid than air, but instead of gagging or drowning, you're perfectly acclimated to it. An electric thrill passes through your limbs.
John tightens his grip on Asena's hand for a moment. Oh, God. You sent us to the astral plane. Why the hell didn't I stop you from doing that? I don't know, because I don't know how you're doing what you're doing. Okay, he looks at Haura. We need to find somewhere quick. I have to cast the spell again.
On what?
Can't we just?
There should be a.
Can't we just go straight to Ashen?
It doesn't work that way, Asena. We're not anywhere right now. We're in the space between space, the places between places. You know when you lose a sock in the dryer or the wash or wherever, it's gone, and that's where we are. And unfortunately, unlike when your sock goes missing and you have to go buy another one, there's fucking killer frogs the size of buses here that will try to eat you, among other things. So we need to find something. Yes! This is not a safe place. This is not a good place. This is not a daycare center. This is the Astral Sea.
This place feels good to me.
Oh, it's lovely. I'm really digging it, but it's dangerous as all get out. So let's get out. And John looks for a piece of rock somewhere that they can start casting a. No, screw it. No. John reaches into and he lets go of everyone's hands, and he reaches into his bag and he pulls out a tarp. He unfolds the tarp, hands a corner of it to each of them, and summons Chester, who then grabs it with his teeth and pulls on it. Each one of you fly in a different direction, hold this thing steady, and if anything shows up to kill us, stop it. And John begins drawing his magic circle on this tarp.
Haura floats bemusedly, just sort of looking around.
No, she's holding the tarp too. We need 4 of us on this.
With the tarp in her hand.
What's a little detour gonna do?
You're lucky I can do this more than once a day.
I didn't mean to kill your spell, John. I just wanted to look at what was outside of it.
We're not on speaking terms right now, Asena. And he keeps going back to drawing in the chalk.
All right. I mean, as long as we're here, it's a pity we have an errand to run.
I look up and stare daggers at Haura. You've
what
done
kind
nothing
of errand?
But push us further and further and further towards this goal of yours, not stopping to barely save a child's life. We are not going to explore the fucking Astral Sea because your protege has decided to thrust us here. We can come back another time. She's made it obvious she can do it on a dime.
I'm just saying you could go anywhere you wanted, John. Anywhere.
Including our destination?
Not right now, Haura. No. We're going where we want to go right now, and we're using this to do it. Now, please just keep that. Thank you.
Gastone.
They're doing that thing where they talk about something that we don't know about, and
absolutely certain that is what this is. Honestly, I feel like I know the least. You brought us here. They know what's going on.
I guess poor Gastone. There's one upside to this, Gastone. Your movement speed here is based on thought. You think about a direction or a destination, and you start moving in that direction. What's your intelligence score?
I want to say 16. God, I have so many tabs open. It is 16. Nope, that's dexterity. It is 18.
Okay. Your move speed in the astral plane is 3 times your intelligence score.
Holy shit. That's almost, that's 40, 50, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
And it's completely mentally controlled. You focus on something and whoosh, you start moving in that direction. It's
whoa, Gastone, back here! No! We do not go off anywhere. Everyone, park your butts right here and just start hovering away from each other.
Is my butt even real here?
Yeah, no, everything on you is still real, but you think that's air you're breathing?
I don't know.
And John can't help but start cracking up.
Asena, are you participating in the tarp holding exercise?
She absolutely has to be. It doesn't work otherwise.
I just have to be.
I mean, she doesn't have to. It just won't work if she doesn't. That's all. That's different. Asena, are you participating in the tarp holding exercise?
I'm sort of holding the tarp at times, but then other times I'm letting go of it and doing some flips and then grabbing back onto it again.
All right. Asena, roll 1d100.
Okay.
I wonder if I have any really mysterious music loaded into Roll20 that I could pop off.
My internet is making it very suspenseful. 84.
84. Okay. Well, as you're floating around in space.
What? Really? No! No
Not
way.
here.
Oh, wow. We
Oh
were at
my
a safe
God.
5, and then we weren't.
No.
And then we weren't.
What?
This is a Northport
Wait, I
card.
haven't seen
I
it.
was going to say, that doesn't seem like that would work here.
I mean, theoretically, it could. Astral projection is in his bag of tricks, but I think that we need to go a little bit further afield. Gastone, please roll 1d100.
I don't like that. I don't like that he's laughing. Guys, I don't like that.
Jesus.
I like it. That's a good laugh. That's like
Bad
a.
laugh. It's a very bad laugh.
You sense it as a rapid darkening of the silver gray sky.
Oh, no!
After a few rounds, as John hastens on this tarp, an imperfect material, to scrape the chalk of the teleportation circle, the light emanating from all directions fades, and the area becomes as dark as a moonless night. You feel buffeting the four of you. The tarp starts to flutter, as if the plane itself is rebelling against an oncoming storm. An astral psychic wind of thoughts and ideas, lost memories and forgotten musings, subconscious fears. The darkness swarms over you as the astral winds strike the party.
Mate, real quick.
Mhm.
Can I, from what I know of the Astral Plane, do I know what goes along with any of these storms? Can I reach into the memory banks to see what this could do to us?
Roll an Arcana check.
With disadvantage, I know.
You're out of tonight's batch of disadvantage.
Nope. I still have 2 from previously. It doesn't matter though.
All right.
Amazing.
Dang.
Okay, the astral wind has 2 types of effects.
I have 1 left, by the way.
First, it diverts you. It carries you away. It physically moves you like a storm at sea. Second, because it's a mental assault as well, it can have a negative psychic effect on your mind.
Psychic, you say?
Yeah, the location effect is unavoidable. The psychic effect can be resisted. It's an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, thank God.
Very good. Is it magical in origin?
Sell me. What are you trying to pull here?
John is just wondering if casting something like Globe of Invulnerability would shield the party from such a storm, at least those effects of it.
Yeah, I'd say Globe of Invulnerability would protect you from the psychic effects for sure.
All right.
But it's basically you're going bubble mode, and the psychic wind is going to carry your globe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. And when you're in one of these storms, how long does a storm generally last? Do we?
It hits you, and then it's gone. It's rapid.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Yeah. Scheiße. Okay. As the storm's approaching, John, not even having a chance to cast the first spell since he didn't get the chalk down in time, since only had a few seconds to do it. That tarp's gone. John quickly just tells the rest of the party, everyone, quick, come here, get my hands, grab my hands. Now.
Haura goes for it. Gastone, Asena, what do you do?
I just go for it.
It's dark. I don't know where your hand is.
Cool, and you're not getting it then. John begins just in the last few moments he has before the spell shows up. He is going to hold up a glass bead and focus on it for a few moments. And as the energy builds up within it, the glass bead shatters and the energy from the bead explodes out and surrounds John within a 10-foot radius. He's holding both Haura and Gastone's hand. Gastone, you have Chester clinging to the top of your shoulder on your right side as a very almost teal in this space orb surrounds the party and encases them in a bubble of protective magic.
Okay. Gastone, roll 1d20, please. $14. Okay. All right. Asena, roll a intelligence saving throw, please.
Okay.
If no one moved from the original spots, everyone's in my aura right now.
Asena, did you drift more than 10 feet away from John?
I don't know. I just did flips and stuff.
All right. Feed chat. You're outside of the sphere. Roll an intelligence saving throw.
Oh my god.
16. Nice. You resist as mental energy bombards your mind. But I also need you to roll 1d20.
Okay. Rolling. I got a 5.
Okay. All right. The astral winds sweep down on you, and they send you hurtling through the darkness at unbelievable speed. The people in the sphere are just like rolling around on the inside of it like one of those rides, right? One of those Gravitron rides. It spins and whirls and just goes flying off. And Asena, you are hurled through this darkness, unable to move against it in your own of your own volition. And you're both cast far and away. Asena, roll 1d6, please.
Oh my god.
Six. Okay. Oh, all right. When the psychic storm clears, Asena, your friends in the sphere are nowhere to be seen.
Mate, so question. Again, despite the fact that Asena is suicidal and totally not being a team player right now, which is fine.
I can't tell if like John's mad at me
like...
or if Matt's mad at me.
Anger is not present here. John would still try. I mean, between Haura, Gastone, and John, their mental acuity makes them incredibly fast here. I know the storm doesn't help, but considering they're protected by the ball, wouldn't they be able to try to chase off after her and try and get her in the bubble?
Not in the tumult of the storm.
Okay.
All right. So the two groups are split from each other, but Asena resists the psychic energy of the astral plane. And there was another effect in here that I'm trying to figure out how to best adjudicate. I need...
Chat was saying that during the debris, there's a piece of like a comet of some kind that knocks John in the head, but it has something neat in it apparently. John was, before you took over with your explanation, John taking both Gastone and Asena's hand, or not Asena, Hara's hands, was trying to put himself between them and the storm, kind of shielding them from it, since he has a lot of protective magics, and that's kind of his thing.
Okay.
So he definitely would have been in the line of fire for anything that would have, anything physically, any mundane, non-magical thing that would have broken through the barrier.
All right.
And again, spells can still get through. It can still target us. They just can't affect us. So a magical thing could still penetrate the shield. It just won't hurt us.
Okay. Okay. Screw it. We're going in on this.
Okay.
We're going all in on this. Music change. What do I have? What do I have? Try. All right.
We were somewhere around the Astral Sea.
When the
At
drugs
the edge
kicked
of
in.
time and space when the drugs began to take hold. No, the Astral Sea, the storm, man. You're ruining my quote. I was doing a fun quote and you messed it up. I hate you. You're not my real dad.
Okay. Asena, you find yourself floating. Completely just surrounded once again by the infinite expanse of the Astral Sea. And this time, none of your companions around you. What do you do?
Gosh, I don't know. Probably think to myself, well, this wasn't that good of an idea, but it's a little bit of a good idea. She's
may
not in
remain to be
terrible
seen.
spirits.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to reach out telepathically
Okay.
and see if I can connect to anyone. I
Roll
don't know
one.
who would what would be in an astral plane.
Roll 1d100.
Okay.
Nothing. There's nobody nearby. Anywhere near you. Nothing even alive anywhere near you.
Crazy. What about that thing?
What else will you do?
If there's nothing alive, maybe there's dead things around. And so she'll try to put on her crown and try to talk to somebody there. Hello? Any dead people around?
Oh, crap. Hang on. The answer to that
I
is
gotta go back to my friends.
kind of. No, for now, nothing. There's like a faint echo. You hear a very deeper than any human could possibly make. This low, like resonance that you hear when you reach out with the crown of dead speech. It's not a voice exactly. It's like the leftover noise of something massive speaking into the void.
Weird. Alrighty, so I'll take that off. Sort of fly around a bit. Think. I don't think the radio's gonna work, but it's worth a shot, right?
You pull up the radio
She'll
and
turn
all
it
you
on.
get is static.
Dang it. They hung up on me.
Not to cut you guys off, but there would have been a message, if it's possible, a long time ago.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Unless something prevents her from getting magical messages.
Nope. But in order to do that, I'm gonna need to check in with you and the rest of you guys.
You don't have to. I'm just letting you know. John would not let a few moments go by without.
No,
saying
I feel that I have to check in with you guys based on what's going on where you are.
Oh, that's cool. Isn't that cool, Matt?
It's pretty cool. Hey, mate. What causes the astral storms, by the way?
It's residual psychic energy. So the astral sea is full of just psychic wind, right? And the psychic wind it's a realm of thought, it's a realm of mind, and it's just like left over. It's almost like a weather pattern. If the astral sea isn't filled with air, it's filled with psychic energy. Air has storms, there are psychic storms.
Gotcha. Are there any creatures that John's aware of that chase these psychic storms or tend to follow up on them?
You know, if there are, I don't know them off the top of my head.
Okay.
But
making sure.
I am happy to announce to you that that is not your current problem.
Okay. Well, obviously our current problem is one of our party members has just been lost in the astral sea.
Actually, no, that's not your current problem.
Really? Okay.
You have a new problem.
All right.
As you go flying in the astral wind, eventually the storm stops. The way that your sphere works, you can see out of it, right?
Correct. Oh, yeah.
Okay. You are immediately aware that the space you have arrived at is very different from the space that you just left. For one, there's noise. When you look out of your sphere, you see this.
You son of a god. Wait a minute. We were inside the globe of invulnerability. How did we get transported somewhere? We shouldn't have been affected.
You are still in the astral plane. You have not left the astral plane.
Okay, so this isn't where I thought it was.
I know I can't see this, but this looks so cool.
It actually does. I won't lie.
Okay, John takes. We're looking at this right now, I would assume.
Yeah, this is like the angle that you see this city, right?
Sure. Okay. John looks to Haura to see if either of them have any recognition on their face as to what they're looking at.
Okay, Haura rolls an Arcana check.
All right, so it's John.
She gets a 23. Haura.
A natural 1.
Okay, John, you have no clue. Haura.
Well, no, John's still stunned because he got hit in the head with some kind of meteorite.
Yeah, we got to figure out what that was. I think
John
I know what
literally he got clonked in the head and he ends up letting go as he almost passes out. Both of Gastone and Haura, I would hope, grab him to keep themselves close to him. And as they're done spinning, this is where they end up, and he's still coming to, dazed, barely able to see even what's going on.
Chat, I've now pulled up so that you can see what's going on. Give me something that is made of metal. Give me ideas for something that's made of metal so we know what hit John. I have an idea of at least part of it, but give me the rest. Something made of metal. So, Haura, Gastone, you see all of this. Haura looks out and she goes pale. We need to leave. We need to leave right now.
Absolutely, but where are we so I know how we should get out of here?
This is Tunarath. As she says that, you guys see a ship flying from that floating fortress down towards the rest of it. This is the throne of Vlakith, the Lich Queen. This is the capital city of the Githyanki. We need to leave now.
Okay, we're gone, baby. Let's go.
Gastone, roll a perception check for me, please. amongst the smokestacks, you see an enormous red dragon gliding through the silver mist without beating its wings, and there's somebody riding on it.
I would just like to make a point of looking at the little attachment I added to my pistol one time and just thinking, should have made it bigger.
Okay, John, Haura, do we keep the sphere or ditch it for something else? We don't have much time. It's going to be gone soon anyway.
I say we start casting Dimension Door and never stop.
No. Okay, John drops the Globe of Invulnerability.
Okay.
And he just says, stay close to me. And he's going to upcast invisibility to keep he pops Chester, so he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And he upcasts invisibility to make sure he can hit all three of us.
Okay. The three of you vanish.
It's a fourth level spell.
And this is why I thought you might not have been able to send a message to Asena just yet.
Ah.
Yeah, that tracks. That totally tracks. I mean, it's gonna happen, but yeah, we have other things to worry about at the exact moment.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a round to cast.
Gastone, this entire city is built on, and it's hard to see through the fog and the mist, but the entire city is built on this massive body of stone that has 6 radiated arms out in each direction. There are multiple fortresses chained to it, not just to the massive skull of the thing, and there are floating, flying wooden ships just passing back and forth all throughout this city, coming and going, a huge amount of activity.
Can I see how the ships are floating?
Yeah, magic. Let me see if I can find an image of Githyanki astral ship. Yeah, I'll pull up a picture of the astral ships. I think if you watch the Baldur's Gate 3 trailer, you'll actually see one of them. Yeah, I'll get a picture of them and I'll put it up so that you can see it. Granted, you yourself are floating invisibly midair right now, so it's not too much of a stretch to say that these ships couldn't do something similar.
By the way, we're all holding hands. I don't want to lose anybody here as we're drifting in this virtually limitless Astral Sea.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all moving pretty quick, but not ship quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the ships are faster. That's the entire point of them.
Yeah. That being said, though, how fast are we again, mate?
What's your intelligence score?
20. Isn't it 3 times your intelligence score?
Mm-hmm.
3 feet times your intelligence score?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're going to take the average of the lot of you. We're going to go with Gastone's speed. So you're moving close to 60 feet per round.
Coolio. And we just got Lich Goo as a treasure. By the way, some of the things that were being thrown in chat, a mace, a pocket watch, a clothes iron, thank you.
Wow.
A bullet. An iron gate. An umbrella.
I like the idea of the gate. I'm gonna riff on the gate. Matt, you got hit in the head with a piece of like half of a lock. You know when you have an iron gate that shuts and there's a lock and it sort of connects the 2 pieces? Yeah. Only one of those pieces, the lock plate and a couple of the bars are sticking off of it. It clunked you in the back of the head and you just sort of grabbed onto it. Roll an Arcana check, please.
Okay. I want to remind you that it was supposed to be a treasure, giving me a broken piece of a locked gate.
I know.
Arcana, no longer a disadvantage, thank goodness. An 18.
This is made of astral drift metal.
Can you remind me what that is again?
It's very similar to iron, but it's fully effective against incorporeal attacks, as if it was made of force.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
John, as he comes to holding this thing, he looks it over. Is very well. Actually, it's invisible right now, so he just shoves it in his briefcase.
And deals with it later.
He kind of quick stop, and he hooks arms with Haura, and then like pulls Gastone really close and is just like fidgeting around trying to get to his invisible.
Invisibly, just like roll a d20, and Gastone also roll a d20. Each of you roll a d20. If one of you gets a natural 1, then you accidentally press a button of something that Gastone has.
Okay, thank goodness
Like,
that didn't
as
happen.
he's fumbling around, you can feel him getting dangerously close to your freeze rate, but he doesn't quite set it off.
Yeah. Okay, so I know where we are. I need to figure out where she is. And John's gonna go ahead and send his message now.
Okay. Is this a spell?
It's a spell.
Will this break invisibility?
It is not a concentration spell, so no.
Does invisibility break when you cast a spell?
Oh, you might be right, actually. Give me a second here. Hold on just a moment. I think you're right. I thought it was an attack spell, but you're right. I think it is actually just straight up a spell. Let me see.
Yep, it ends when you make an attack or cast a spell.
Then I will not be doing that.
And that's why I thought you might not be sending that message right away.
Well,
Haura,
screw you!
Haura says, where do we go?
Not exactly an expert, but I'm gonna say not here.
Right, but we need to focus on the same destination if we're going to move effectively, or we'll be pulling against each other. Where do we go?
Mate, what is nearby us? There has to be something aside from the city that's nearby here, like a landmark of some kind.
It's mostly astral ships of the Githyanki and their outcropping fortresses. We can think of literally anything. Distance is relative here.
What about the place we want to go?
We could do that.
We need to find a cave, a hidey hole, something where we can just be safe for a moment, and Haura, you and I can use our gifts to try to locate Asena.
The only hiding
Or
hole that's going to be
Gastone
nearby
might be
is
able
going to be somewhere on that rock.
You just said distance wasn't an issue.
Okay, but we can't just focus on a hiding place. We have to think of a place.
Exactly. So we focus on getting as far from here as possible, and once we're
Right, but
Far enough
far from
distance
here
away.
isn't a place. We have to think about something. There has to be something at the other side.
Asena,
Done. And everyone starts thinking about Asena, and you all just start floating at the same time. Invisibly weaving your way through the astral ships, returning from raids across the entire multiverse, as this, the nexus, the home base of the astral pirates, whose raiders are known across 1,000 worlds. Here in their place of strength, you weave your way even past a blackguard, a Githyanki knight, astride a red dragon, bearing in his hands a sword of flowing liquid silver.
yep.
Jesus.
He turns, and the dragon sniffs the air as it flies past, and then continues to go to the palace where his mistress, the Lich Queen Vlakith, awaits. You continue to pull away, and it's going to be a little while before this place recedes far enough that you feel safe enough to cast that sending.
I can't believe you had this ready.
Yeah, that's actually impressive.
I only half did. We'll talk about it later.
You're an absolute madman. Well done.
Asena, while you've been floating around, it's going to take them a little bit of time to get to a minimum safe distance. What were you doing? Last we checked in on you, I think you were doing some flips.
Yeah.
And you tried your radio and you tried your Crown of Dead speech, and you're just alone right now.
Yeah. I'm really just taking it in, you know?
Mhm.
Probably thinking to myself that I might have done fucked up, but also like extremely pleased. I mean, so yeah. She's gonna like try to fly around and stuff, but not really
Mhm.
go too far out because she really thinks that her friends will be coming for her.
Okay.
Either that or something's gonna show up.
All right. One of the things about the astral plane. What?
Asena. Oh, well, shit. Oh, well, it'll work out.
It always has.
Looks up at God. Cut the crap and tell me what I want to know.
Bullshit and tell us what we want to know.
Okay.
Oh, man.
After an
I mean,
hour,
what can I really do?
it's going to be an hour. Is she good to just wait for an hour? Well, how long does invisibility last, Matt?
Gosh.
Lasts for an hour.
Okay, because it's going to take somewhere between 30 minutes to an hour for you guys to be far enough away that you're not still passing the occasional ship on its way back from a raid across the multiverse.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, though, is once we get far enough away, there should be just, like, an asteroid with, like a little, somewhere that we can kind of hide on it,
Yeah, you'll be able to do that eventually. Although, here's something I got to say about the astral plane. It's empty, dude. It's mostly empty.
No, but again, we know with space, asteroid fields aren't these small little clusters of, look, all these asteroids. It's, here's an asteroid field, which means that in this large swath of space, you'll see one every now and then.
Yeah, eventually you find one. I
would like John and Gastone to use our investigator ability in order to find one.
I like that. Both of you roll investigation checks, please.
Thank you.
All right, a 21 from Gastone.
I'm trying. It's giving me problems.
It's fine.
18 from
18.
Wow,
So I'm going to
roll.
combine those results and subtract them from 60 to give you the time it takes you to find a nice asteroid.
That is an incredibly gracious way to do that. I
So
love it.
it takes you about 21 minutes, but eventually you are able to find a little floating chunk of rock, barely big enough to hide the lot of you.
Nice. Hey, totally cool with that. John congratulates his partner on able to find such a hidey hole. And you guys should probably stay invisible, but I'm going to have to cast a spell, so when we just kind of get in the back here and he gets in the corner. Okay, should I bother scrying on her first, or just send her a message and just say to think about us and we can just meet in the middle somewhere?
If she doesn't respond, go for the scry.
Well, the scry won't work. I can get her with ascending anywhere. The scry only works here.
If she doesn't respond, try the scry.
Sure. All right. And John tries the scry. Or no, the ascending.
Asena's now punching the void.
As every time you do, that little silver glow that sometimes appears around your hands is...
The message comes through as such. Asena, it's John. I'm not mad. But I really need you to think about Haura right now. Don't stop thinking about her. And move the direction of thought.
You can respond with up to 25 words mentally.
I gave very specific instructions. You forgot them already.
Okay. That's it.
This reminds me of like a parent who realizes that their kid like actually wasn't in their room. They went out with friends for a party and they send them this long text of like, look, just get back at the house. I don't care what you did. Just make sure you get home. And it's just, hey.
All right, Asena, after responding thusly, what do you do?
I'll think of Haura. I'll think of the gown that she was just wearing with the lightning stitches and her tied back hair, and how she used to be very, very scary, and she's not scary anymore. Probably think about that first time that she walked in on when we were meeting with Opal. And Asena refused to stay there or study there. and how much has changed since then. I should just keep on going down this train of thought while doing some more flips.
As you are thinking about this, you find yourself starting to float in a specific direction. The more you think about Haura, the more speed you pick up as you move off into the void. And you feel as if you are actually moving towards Haura.
All right, it's working.
Can I just say that, first of all, that was all awesome. That was an amazing description. I thought, much like Asena has done in the past, I'm a ninja, I'm a ninja, I'm a ninja. Her inner monologue was just going to be, think of Haura, think of Haura, think of Haura, for like an hour. Instead of these actually awesome memories and thoughts that should be going through her head. Oh god, that's amazing.
Maybe her brain works better in the astral plane. I don't know.
Nah.
That could be. Honestly, I kind of think you got a thing for Haura, is what I think it is.
Haura's really cool.
Haura is amazing.
True.
All right. Meanwhile, what are Gastone and Haura and John doing?
As John was thinking the sending, or no, he has to say it out loud. Yes, they heard it. They heard him speak it, and then he looks to the other two and says, "Oh, actually, he looks in the direction he assumes they are because they're invisible." And he replies, "She said okay. We should get going."
How do we do that?
We think about Asena. Actually,
Actually.
yes. Okay. Hey, the two of you, come here real quick. John summons Chester. All right, everyone, put your hands and paws at the corner of this little rock that's just big enough to hold us, and think of Asena.
Are you gonna bring the rock?
Yeah, we're gonna. If there's, you said there's there's nothing wrong with that. We're gonna stay inside the rock and push it as our little disguise mechanism. It'll be a little asteroid floating through space, just drifting towards Asena.
Oh, true. Pretty good.
There's no reason we can't do this.
Okay, it's not very fast, but yeah, that's fine. I mean, the thing about astral distance is, I will say that if you guys try to use this rock as a spaceship in combat, it's going to move incredibly slowly.
No, absolutely.
But for abstract travel in the astral, that's completely viable.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't be going much slower than just drifting anyway. It's not like we're pushing a city.
Incredible.
We're just pushing a rock.
Incredible. Okay, remember how, Pods, remember how I had you roll a d6 a while ago?
Yeah. And I got a 6.
That was to see how far away you were blown from each other.
Yeah.
So you're 6 hours apart.
Um,
But I have good
Okay.
news. In the astral plane, you do not have to eat or sleep or drink, and you do not age. So this 6-hour haul it's not a pain at all.
should be 3 hours, right? Because we're both going towards each other. At the
You
same-
would think that, wouldn't you? And you'd be right, that's fair.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
All right, here's how this is gonna work. For hour 1, I need Gastone and Pods to each roll 1d100.
Oh, God.
Okay. All right. For hour 2, I need John and Asena to each roll 1d100.
Oh, 100? Shoot, ignore that, please.
That's all right. Yep. Okay. For hour 3, I need Gastone and Asena to each roll 1d100. Okay. After 3 hours, the first thing that you see in this infinite void, Asena, is a rock. Just sort of floating through the silver sea.
That's weird. I'm going to punch it.
Okay. Roll an attack roll against the rock.
Welcome to the rock.
Default reaction punch.
Just gonna punch Dwayne Johnson.
All right. She flies towards the rock through space, Dragon Ball Z style, and punches it. And you all hear this crunch as the rock hits something.
It's been more than an hour. Their invisibility is
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
I sent Chester to go look for it.
All right, you see Chester float, just this floating purple cat, just like floats around the edge of the rock. Wow!
Oh, hey!
Chester,
I'll
just
like,
dog paddle or cat paddles, yeah.
I want to like grab Chester, but I'm like swirling. It's a swirling embrace.
All right, you
Hi,
eventually the
little
two of you
kitty.
orbiting
Do you
manage to
know
grab
where
onto each
everyone
other.
else is?
And Chester kind of like nudges down towards the rock. And he purrs like just like the as he just like attaches to your chest and just snuggles in like, oh, we finally found you, kind of a deal.
Aw.
Gastone, you're still
Someone
floating like on the other
find
side
me.
of the rock right now, by the way, and you can hear this happening.
So, what do we
Oh,
do
thank
now?
God, John says, and he pushes away from the rock.
John floats from the other side of the rock, Asena.
Asena's gonna hide her face with Chester. She's like
Mate, quick
like a
question.
kid that's like hiding behind the doorway type of thing, but with the cat.
Yes, Matt?
I love that, by the way. Is there a section of this this rock that I could trace a magic circle on?
Yes, it won't be perfect, but it is doable.
Fine. John comes from out, notices it's her, sees she hides her head, and is like, "All right," and just moves over to the other side of the rock and takes out his chalk. Doesn't say a word, just starts tracing the magic symbol.
Haura emerges, and as John's working, she floats up and says, "Are you all right, Asena? Are you harmed at all?"
I don't think so. There was just a lot of nothing.
Yeah. What exactly did you do?
I just leaned back a little bit, and you know when you're like driving and you stick your head out the window, kind of like that.
All right, there's a reason people don't usually do that, unless you're going to die from the vehicle, tuck and roll.
What?
If you stick your head out the window of the car, you could hit something.
Yeah, but it like feels good. I see the dogs do it all the time.
Haura pauses, just taking this in for a moment. And as she does,
Oh my God!
Wait, are you serious?
Oh my goodness!
I don't know why it rolled Ralzamon again, but
No, it didn't. Did it?
it rolled Ralzamon again. I'm gonna hold on. We didn't hit a 30. I just want to. Okay. All right. Sweet. Great.
Okay, we rolled Ralzamon twice in a row. I feel like we gotta have Ralzamon.
I feel like we gotta have Ralzamon at this point, right?
Oh no.
So as you
This
are
is the worst.
reunited, and John is beginning to inscribe the teleportation rune on the
I
chalk.
am never gonna get this spell cast.
An arc of lightning can be heard, and the astral winds gather themselves together, swirling into a massive visage floating in the distance. It's like the Watcher looming over all of you. Just this enormous figure. The same shadow that Asena has seen in her mind now manifests before you within this place. A dimension of pure thought. Your foe, an entity with psychic powers.
Shit.
Yes, at last, beyond the mortal coil, beyond the threshold of Northport. Here, this place is my domain, and at last I shall have my vengeance.
And we'll find out what happens next time on Coriander Society Adventures, folks. Thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy the chaos.